Hi, my name is Rohan Alluri, and today I'll be giving a Week 2 preview. Some of the vocabulary that we need to know are mass, force, and acceleration. Mass can be defined as a quantity of matter available in a given physical body. Mass is a scalar quantity that is measured in kilograms and is always positive in numeric value. The interaction between a system and its surroundings that are defined as a given push or a pull is what is known as force. Every force is a vector that has two components known as the magnitude and direction that are measured in newtons. Acceleration is defined as the rate at which an object undergoing velocity changes. Acceleration is a vector and it therefore accounts for direction and is measured in meters per second squared. Forces can be represented with arrows. The length of the arrow represents the magnitude of the force, and each arrow has a direction representing which way the force is applied. The fundamental principle, also known as Newton's second law, is another concept for the week. The Newton's second law is a principle of nature that provides information regarding the change that a force can produce on a motion of body. The standard equation is F is equal to m times a, or force is equal to mass times acceleration. The equation for predicting motion using Newton's second law is Vf is equal to Vi plus net force divided by mass times time, or Vf is equal to Vi plus At. The units are in newtons. The momentum principle is derived from the equation for predicting motion in Newton's second law. The standard equation P is equal to m times v is what is used for the momentum principle. This can also be rewritten as Pf is equal to Pi plus net force times time. The units are in kilograms times meters per second. The concept of gravity and drag are also important. The gravitational force that always exists due to Earth's nature is commonly called W, or weight, and is calculated by using W is equal to mg, where g is equal to 9.8 meters per second. The drag force is opposite to the direction of motion and is referred to as Fd, and Fd is equal to B times V. Some things that I knew prior to watching the pre-lecture videos were that the equation for Newton's second law and momentum, the value for gravitational force due to Earth, that drag force is defined as a force that opposes the direction of motion, that net force is also referred to as the total amount of force and is considered in Newton's second law. Some things that I didn't know prior to watching the pre-lecture videos were the equations for calculating the drag force within a system, the equation of predicting motion using Newton's second law, that the faster an object travels, the greater amount of drag force that exists, and the drag force is dependent on factors such as airflow and an object's properties, such as shape and size. Something that was interesting that I found in the pre-lecture videos that related to my area of study were the iterations of velocity and position equations can be manipulated in order to predetermine the path a system follows in the future. The equations that are involved include V1 is equal to net force divided by mass times time plus V naught, and R1 is equal to V1 times time plus R naught. Computers are programmed to calculate the movement of a system repeatedly over a large number of iterations, such as 1,000 times, to visualize and predict the movement in a very little amount of time. This relates to my area of study because I am currently an industrial and systems engineering major. The process of iterating and predicting movement of systems using similar physics concepts is involved in the optimization of existing information and equipment. The calculations of the amount of time different routes take is important, as industrial engineers aim to reduce the amount of time allocated for production to enhance efficiency and object production. A difficult physics concept that I encountered was a drag force equation, as it was vague and had unidentified variables. The pre-lecture video stated that drag force is equal to Fd and Fd is equal to B times V. We know that V is velocity, but what is B in the equation and how is B measured? Another question that I have was what accounts for B, and is B different depending on the system? And how do factors such as airflow regulation and system shape and size affect the value of B? I did some outside research and found some supplemental resources that I used to gain further information. I attached all the information and supplemental resources that I got to this PowerPoint. To summarize, from these resources, I found out that B is a variable that is also called the damping coefficient, and it serves as a numeric indicator determining the amount of resistance within an existing system. Therefore, if there is greater air resistance or the object in consideration has great size, the value of B will become greater in value. Thank you for listening to my presentation.